111-85. That is a decisive win over Miami. You weren't there, were you?
No, I was not in Miami.
Some reason I can't seem to understand the concept of away games. I just, they should be able to play all their games at home. Why do we make these guys get on a plane, go through an airport, get on?
You still have to have the other team do all that
yes.
stuff. So.
Let's advance this Zoom technology already.
Zoom basketball.
Yes, if this is going to be the future.
Played in the metaverse?
Allegedly. Yeah, my son was trying to explain to me over the weekend, talking to my son, because he's a coder and a computer science and engineering major and all this kind of stuff. And so my older kids were in town over the weekend, and talking to my son more than any other person about emerging technologies makes me feel really old. Those are conversations in which I feel very old, because he was talking about investing in property in the metaverse, how people are buying land in the metaverse. And I had been reading an article on it. I still don't understand it. I mean, because my questions are always like, yeah, but it's not real. And his answers are always like, yeah, but nothing's real. And people still buy it. And, so I don't have a response to that. But this metaverse, I got to put my foot down. Got to put my foot down in the metaverse. We haven't figured things out in the real world. That's why everybody's like, these billionaires, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they're not concerned about what's going on here. They either want to create a new world like Zuckerberg, or they want to get off the planet. Why don't we figure out what's going on here first? And then, man, I'm all with you for the dopey goggles and the gloves so you can have sex in your lazy boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for it. Let's figure out the real world first. What
thinks
Mark Zuckerberg should be in charge of any universe whatsoever? That's what's going to kill that metaverse he wants to put together. No one wants Zuckerberg in charge of anything anymore.
His might be a stepping stone to a better one, though. So
that's how they sell it to you.
Yeah.
Stepping stone to a better one. Let's make real stepping stones to a better one now, here, where we're looking at each other.
The metaverse could be
stop it.
An improvement because that keeps people from going out, and then we're not using as much fossil fuel because we're home more, using the metaverse, and then we don't have to use as many natural resources.
Yeah, except they use just as much power and energy powering the metaverse and crypto mining and all this other crap. It's not eco-friendly.
That's false.
It's not. It's not eco-friendly at all.
No, it's more eco-friendly. It's not.
It's
just that electricity. Electricity comes from the sky.
It comes from the sky. Well, there you go. We've got it all figured out. Mm-hmm. All right, I feel better then. Yeah. So, listen, don't feel bad, ladies. You'll be able to get virtual abortions in the metaverse. What are you worried about, right?
Getting pregnant in the metaverse.
Virtual abortions.
Well, nothing's real, right?
We already have virtual rights in the real world, so why not have virtual abortions?
Yeah, so I felt really old talking about that. So, yeah, people are buying land on all these sites in metaverse, and they flip them. I go, I don't understand what are the words that are coming out of your mouth right now.
It's like buying a domain name, basically.
Kind of, but but a domain name you're doing stuff with. I mean, buying land
but like the land, it's not obviously not real land, but
that was my point.
You're buying some section of like the metaverse,
right? So
that you can have something that's prominently displayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, I think it's all great.
It's all explained.
It's
in Futurama.
All great. It's all great. It's all explained in Futurama.
Yeah, the internet on Futurama is pretty much the metaverse where you're traveling around.
What would loosen you up?
City.
A little fruit. No, that's not from Futurama. That's from Simpsons. What's the line from Futurama that I remember? Don't remember one. Didn't really watch that show.
Time makes fools of us all. That's one that I like.
I feel like that precedes Futurama.
Well, it's just one that I like from that show that I know Fry says.
So anyway, Cavaliers over the Miami Heat last night. Big one, 111-85. They are off tonight, I think.
Yes.
Cavaliers are off tonight, and they will be in D.C. to play the Wizards tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So as soon as we get out of here, on a Friday. We'll get your Bill Squire Friday Get Down, and then we'll roll out, and then your pregame will begin tomorrow night on MMS. And then the Cavs are back here at home on Sunday for an afternooner against the Jazz of Utah.
The Cavs are good, man.
They look great.
People need to. And the bummer with the Cavs, though, is because of the deal that Bally Sports has with certain cable companies. Like half the people that have cable in Cleveland can't even watch them. Mm-hmm. And that's a bummer because they're good and they're fun to watch.
Yeah. Poundcake, are you celebrating Britney Spears' 40th birthday today?
Yes.
How are you doing that?
Blasting Britney Spears all through the break. In between the Jussie Smollett trial coverage.
So you're watching that too?
I have to. And I did learn some new things.
Has it changed your mind?
I knew he was going to pull out a bag of tricks, so I just...
Is that what the kids are calling it? Are they televising the courtroom proceedings for that?
No, I don't think so, but...
You're just getting updates.
There's updates from media people in the courtroom, and then they go back and report.
All right. Did those two dudes he hired from Nigeria testify?
The first one testified.
Victor Oladipo or whoever that is?
Yeah. The legal experts are saying that Jussie Smollett doesn't have a leg to stand on, but he's thinking that the jury, at least one juror, will feel sorry for him and then cause a mistrial, so they don't think he's going to face any penalties.
Boy, imagine if your defense is, hopefully one person will feel sorry for me.
But that's all it takes.
When that was the whole reason he got himself into trouble in the first place, is because he was faking hate mail and was mad that the network wasn't taking it seriously.
Well, no, I don't think he was faking hate mail. I think he was getting real hate mail, and the network wasn't doing anything about it. So he was just like, well, if I really get attacked, then they'll feel sorry for me.
But what's the network going to do about it? Like if I was I get hate mail here all the time, right?
I do too.
Management doesn't do anything for me. They don't go, oh, we'll take care of it. There's nothing to take care of.
They don't increase your security detail?
Yeah, my security, yes. They increase it from -0 to 0.
Yes, they just make it harder to get to the bathroom.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we've locked down the bathroom, so if anyone who wrote hate mail is inside the bathroom, you can hide in there. They won't have a key.
That's literally the most secure place in this building.
To the bathroom. Every other door is open. Every other door wide
Literally.
open. Men's room, locked.
Gotta have a key.
Yeah, gotta have a key.
Who sent you?
That is so true.
Name's not on the list.
Anyway, Britney Spears, unbelievably.
Crazy.
Bill's right. Time makes fools of us all. She is 40 years old today. And she says she's finally on the right medication. Yeah, that probably helps. Probably helps a lot. Is the implication that her conservators wouldn't let her get on the right medication?
They were telling her to take lithium, and she said it was changing, like, literally her brain chemistry.
Yes, that's what it's for.
But you can take too much of anything.
Well, she should take what was prescribed. That's what I never understood.
But that's what she was saying. She was saying that everyone was purposely prescribing her too much. Like, the doctors were influenced by the conservatorship ran by her father. And you can.
That they were all in cahoots, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's what the judge ruled.
Wait a second. So her contention was that the doctors were conspiring with her.
She even said her therapist. Everyone down to her therapist was all, because every time she would complain about the treatment she was getting, they would send. They would send her off to rehab. They're like, you're going to rehab for 3 months, and you can't see your boyfriend, you can't see your kids, you're not going on vacation, you're not taking a break.
Right. Because any other person, a normal civilian and not a famous person who's being looked at and judged all the time, a normal person comes along and says, everyone's out to get me. Everyone is conspiring against me. They go, well, that's not true. Let's figure out what you need, and let's, figure that out. Get you on some medication or whatever. So Britney Spears was saying that everyone was conspiring against her.
Yes, because they could.
Because she was rich.
Everyone was controlling her. Everyone controlled her except for her.
To what end?
She couldn't take out her NuvaRing, I think that's what it's called, to have a child. She wanted to have another kid. They were making her.
Well, NuvaRing will come right out. She probably had an IUD.
IUD, that's what it was. She couldn't have another kid. She couldn't regulate her periods or whatever. She couldn't ask that. She didn't. Say
but if she had just taken it out and gotten pregnant,
She doesn't have control over her body. She wasn't treated as a human being. That was the
No,
whole
but if she
issue.
got pregnant,
They would have to deal with it. Like the
yeah, but
conservators
they wouldn't have forced her to get an abortion.
But they're not going to let that happen. She's not just going to get it out because all of her doctor appointments were mandated by her father. So they would check up on her. And then on top of that, she didn't say that she didn't want to have a therapist. She said she wanted to right to choose her own therapist. And her dad was like, no, I like this therapist. You're going to go to this one because he does whatever I want, pretty much. You could pay doctors to do anything. Look at Michael Jackson's nose.
He picked it out of a catalog. He said, give me that one. Give me that perfectly normal-looking nose. Strap that one to my face. But imagine hating your face so much. Not just your face.
Your skin.
Well, your skin, your culture, whatever. You're one of the most globally recognized, powerful people on the planet. You know, this notion that with that kind of fame, you're entirely powerless is nonsense. It's nonsense.
There's entities.
Well, yeah, of course, there's always entities, but what I'm saying is if, whatever. She's 40 today. She says she's finally on the right medication at the ripe young age of 40. Well, listen, how long was she in a conservatorship? Over a decade?
13 years.
13 years. Well, they say 40 is the new 27.
That was a pretty funny commercial back in the day, though. The Let Them Eat Cake commercial from Entities.
The what?
Wasn't that they had it's like the white box with the blue lettering, and they go on the balcony and go, let them eat cake.
I don't remember that.
Entities?
Marie Antoinette entities? Is that what you're thinking of?
No, it's a Marie Antoinette joke, but
Yeah.
it was for that confectionery.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
I don't. No.
I'm making an Entenmann's joke here, and it's not.
Oh, boy. Entenmann's. Oh, all right. I'm like, is this a local establishment?
Dr. Ounce.
I'm not. Dr. Ounce was prescribing her entities, and she gained a lot of weight. That was not a good look for her. Well, whatever. Hey, by the way, are you guys going to be okay? Are you guys feeling okay?
No.
I'm fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody was going to be okay, because, boy, I saw Jack Dorsey was leaving Twitter, and I just want to make sure everyone is going to be able to go on with their lives now that he's just going to sit there in a giant pile of money and not run Twitter.
I don't know, man.
People are acting like this matters. Who cares?
Well,
Jack Dorsey leaves Twitter.
like everything else, it could be a conspiracy.
Against?
Well, two things. One.
Oh, I like this. Dig in.
Okay. You gonna play music or you just want me to go?
I want you to go.
Okay. Well, first off, he got sued by that kid for like $100 million. The kid that was in front of those Native Americans, and Twitter said that he was making fun of them or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing.
Right.
I think he embarrassed his brand. Second, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Wait.
But he's not paying out of pocket.
Right. It's corporate money. It's not his money. It's not going to. And again,
It doesn't matter. That's his industry.
But it does matter. Because if it's not your money, who cares? You're like, yeah.
He's still got his money.
He's got his money. And by the way,
money.
4 guys came up with Twitter, and Jack Dorsey, because he's stuck with the company, is easily the richest of the 4. He also created Square, which just changed their name. So Jack Dorsey has like $13 billion.
13.
And they're acting like him leaving Twitter is like some sea change in the, what's he going to do? What?
Nothing.
Like he and Biz Stone, they own the Twitter patent. Remember when Twitter didn't have the second E? Or I guess the only E. It used to be TWITTR was the original name of Twitter. And there were 2 other guys that founded Twitter with those dudes. And they went on to run other things. And so they've got some money, but Jack Dorsey stuck around. So he's got $13 billion. So if he gets sued by the kid, that's corporate money.
Okay.
Ghislaine Maxwell has what to do with this?
Maybe he was secretly the one visiting the islands, and she's testifying now, or she's getting ready.
What islands?
The Rape
Epstein Island?
Yeah.
Rape Island. No, they have pictures of the guys who visited Rape Island.
But there's
Trump
a lot of people.
manifests.
Prince Andrew.
There's a lot of people
Donald Trump.
that weren't named and or photographed. And maybe he's one of those men, and the trial's going on. He's
But
like,
that
I'm
stuff
just
was
getting
before
ahead.
That was a long time ago.
That stuff was going on before he was rich.
Or alive, maybe. I don't know how old Jack Dorsey is, but he wasn't going on the Lolita Express in the
Unless he was
early
one of the
90s. Oh, God. In the early 90s.
Yeah, little boys on that island, too? I thought it was just girls.
I don't know.
Who knows?
The one that seems to be...
Rich, weird dudes can get whatever they want. But Jack Dorsey's also richer than all those guys. So he can get whatever he wants. He doesn't have to get on Rape Island. That's not what they called it, by the way, did they? I know that they refer to that plane as the Lolita Express.
What does that mean, though?
What does what mean?
Lolita?
You don't get the Lolita reference?
No.
The Nabokov book? You never read Lolita in high school or college?
No.
Oh. Well, there was a book called Lolita, and it's been made into a movie a bunch of times. Vladimir Nabokov wrote it, and it's about an older man who has a kind of an unsettling relationship with a young girl. So Lolita has become kind of shorthand in pop culture for really young girls. Kind of seductive, because wasn't that the other part of the equation with Lolita?
I never read it. I know about it. It never was anything I felt like reading, though, because people are like, oh, it's a classic. I'm like, it seems disgusting. It seems like a really
it's an
disgusting
interesting book. Yeah, Humbert was the guy. He was the main guy in the book, and they've made a bunch of movies out of it. Every 15, 20 years, somebody makes a movie out of Lolita.
Or like a version of it. Like yeah.
But that's the reference. So that where they call the plane the Lolita Express. So I still understand, and now again, a lot of conspiracy theories by definition don't make sense. So that's not your fault. But I'm trying to get the connection between Ghislaine Maxwell and Jack Dorsey.
Well, I think he was thinking that she was going to snitch.
On whom? On him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he wasn't on the plane. So who was she going to snitch on?
I'm just saying there's a lot of elites that are in politics and in Hollywood that are involved in this trial. Now that it's going, they said the details are too graphic to be made public. Mm-hmm. I think all these people are resigning from their positions to get ahead of the narrative. And they're like, I already resigned. I'm going to move out of the country and no one's going to bother me. They're pulling like a Woody Allen.
All right. Well, I don't think that is it. But here's what I think. The reason he left Twitter is because in Australia, they're trying to pass a law that makes it so you can go to a company like Twitter or Facebook or any of these social media companies where people are trolling. It's an anti-troll law, and they have to give up your information. Therefore, you become liable for what they're saying. And I think this is him going, that's going to be a sticky situation for Twitter. I'm going to get out now.
It's time to get out.
And not worry about it. I'm 45 years old. I got all the money in the world. I'm just going to take it easy. And
is he in his 40s? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's 45.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was a lot younger than that.
No.
Huh.
Or it could be the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Or he doesn't want to deal with all the lawsuits that are going to
regulations.
There's an anti-trolling law.
What do you...
Because people can't get these countries and they can't get their arms around social media, so they're like, well, let's, I guess, try to make more laws.
So you're going to give up my information because I said, ha. Like,
not that kind of trolling, dummy.
What type of trolling then?
Like people that are absolutely
hate speech and violent comments.
But that's not trolling.
Yes, it is.
That is trolling.
That's maximum trolling.
Yeah.
Because if they feel like there's no accountability for it, that's why states had to finally make revenge porn illegal. Those laws are like a couple years old.
It's been going on for decades.
It's been around for a long time. And they were finally like, hey, maybe we should make this illegal.
Yeah.
So what happens to the people that wanted to sue before and there was no law in place? Can they re-sue now that it's a law?
I don't know. Well, it's not. I mean, it's not even a law yet. It's presented as a bill in Australia.
No. I'm talking about the revenge porn.
Revenge
law.
porn. Yeah, you might be able to. I don't know if the statute of limitations is on that, but you probably could.
I'd be pissed. I'm like, you posted a picture of me. What you gonna do? And then like 2 years later, I'm like, he posted a picture of me. And they're like, what you gonna do? It's too late now. I'd be pissed.
A lot of it went more after the sites that were providing it.
Like Pornhub. That's why they got in trouble.
Well, Pornhub never. It was more like the Are You Up website. Isn't that what it's called?
The Dirty and things like that. Yeah. Where they were posting, where guys would send photos of their ex in and go, look at this slut.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Guys are the worst.
And they'd index it by like cities. Yeah, it was real.
And then they would put like their Facebook and Twitter handles.
Yep.
Oh, Men
and you're only attracted to them. They are the worst. Yet that has to be your entire playing field. You poor, poor man.
Yeah, all men do is eat, have sex, and lie.
And what was the third one?
Lie.
Like lie around?
No, lie, like as in fib.
Eat, have sex, and lie.
Yeah, that's not the term I'd normally use. I take the middle one. I cleaned
understand.
it up for radio. But
oh, you did? Thanks, pal.
Yeah, I'm professional. I just want to be a blob and watch TV. Yeah.
It tracks.
I guess you can change it to lie down if you want. I would love to get sucked up.
Okay, let me break. I'm going to have Chris DiStefano tickets for you. A fan of his comedy. He's doing a show next spring at the Agora. So I'll get you hooked up with a couple of tickets for that. The show is March the 5th, Saturday night, 2022. Comedian Kellen Erskine is going to join us later on, too. I haven't seen him in a minute. He's doing Hilarities this weekend, so we'll catch up with him. 35192 on a text for anything else, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox